Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And the British and Irish Lions have just bounced back from their loss against the SAA in perfect fashion, running the DHL Stormers off their feet, finishing 49 points to 3 winners down in Cape Town. And it was a remarkable second half performance as well as a sensational debut for young fly half Marcus Smith. What a performance from the youngster. Wasn't supposed to be part of the party, was brought in as potential cover for Finn Russell. And I tell you what, I think most people will be calling for him to be on the bench next weekend because he looked a different class tonight. Really, really impressive performance from the youngster. And for the Stormers, a really solid opening 25 minutes, followed by, a game where they just couldn't really get into it. I think Luke Howard-Dickey was instrumental to that Lions first half. He won a lot of balls on the ground. He was very, very solid. But the Stormers then, the second half, just got completely blown away. And they never looked like they were going to score with the Stormers. Their maul wasn't working. They hardly used their backline. They had very little go-forward ball. I think that what they had, they kind of left on the field in the sort of 25th minute because they came out and started really well with some nice intensity, and they just sort of faded as the game went by. Before you break down exactly what happened and look at some of the stats, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. So it all started when Tim Sweel opened the scoring in the 20th minute, the longest any of the games have gone without scoring. As he picked the first sort of penalty, getting 3-0 there. Adam Beard then crossed the line, though, after some pretty poor defending. They went down the right-hand side. It was far too easy, and Adam Beard ran a really good line, and he just strolled through the middle of a huge gaping gap in the Stormers' defense. Marcus Smith adding the extra in the 29th minute. In the 33rd minute, after extended amount of pressure, Luke Cowan-Dickey, on the back of a maul, sort of just burst through the middle, looked up and saw nobody ahead of him as he then ran over and slammed the ball down. And just on the brink of half-time, just when the Stormers were, if they could get to half-time at, 14 to 3, you'd think he was still in this game. But a big sort of blow against them as they went in 21 points to 3 as Johnny Hill went over after some really slick handling. Stuart Hogg as well, was instrumental in that try. Adam Beard also pretty good. Went down sort of the blind side, right up against the touchline. A couple of quick passes. They drew the man, and there was an overlap, and Johnny Hill went over. So the second half, we saw Andre Hugo Fenter coming on for the Stormers. We also saw early changes in Marco Vanapola for Roy Sutherland. And we also added the Firmino for Tim Sweel, which I thought was a pretty strange substitution from John Dobson when you consider how good Tim Sweel's been in the past and how Abner Firmino is somebody who can sort of blow hot and cold. But Jack Conan went in for a try in the 50th minute, a really, really well-worked try for him. And then we saw that pretty much the entire bench was unleashed in the sort of the 54th minute. We had Xander Ferguson come on. I think he struggled once again. Alan Jones came on. Looked very bright to Alan Jones. Looked like he hadn't been away. A couple of nice offloads. Didn't do too much in terms of tackling and carry. Sam Simmons came on. Garrett Davies, Louis Rees-Zammit, Chris Harris. The Stormers, hung in there in the 65th minute and made their changes. And it took a while for the British and Irish Lions to sort of find their rhythm after the changes came in, but once they did, they looked unbelievable. Xander Ferguson went over in the 68th minute, and then that was when Marcus Smith really started to tear things up. That Louis Rees-Zammit try, end-to-end stuff, right off the back, they took it quickly, and Marcus Smith burst through the middle, completely pacing Adam from in, sucking in turtle piece and giving it outside to Rees-Zammit, who had all the pace in the world to go over. And then once again, some really, really slick handling before Sam Simmons went over in the 77th minute. Marcus Smith nailing every single one of his kicks. A really, really impressive performance by him. 49 points to 3. It doesn't make for pretty reading. And the Stormers just didn't look like they were going to score, did they? The lineup was all right, but the maul wasn't working. The scrums were under pressure a lot during the game, which you kind of sort of imagine. And they just, they've got such a good backline, especially I think with Jean de Jong, and they just barely used him. We'll look at the stats, which sort of will reflect that a little bit. But in terms of the overall stats, possession-wise, 52% for the Lions, 48% for the Stormers. 51% territory, tries 7 to none, penalties, one penalty taken from the Stormers, which doesn't look particularly significant now. And I think that was an important moment, because I think the Stormers had a bit of front foot ball. I would have liked to have seen them be braver and go to the corner and try and score a try. But they didn't, they took the penalty. But look at the meters made, 709 meters. They scored a lot of tries in the counter-attack, did the British and Irish Lions. Lots and lots of offloads. 20 offloads by them compared to 8. 128 passes as well. 39 defenders beaten compared to 15. They really, really were on song today with the British and Irish Lions. 13 clean breaks to 0 from the Stormers. 102 gain line carries to 67. 10 turnovers, 1 to 6. Same amount of kicks from hand. Points, Marcus Smith with 7 conversions. That's 14 points to his name from that game. The Stormers made 78 of 117 tackles, missing 39 tackles. You can't miss 39 tackles. In comparison, the Lions missed just 15 of 126, making it an 88% tackle success rate. The rest success rate was 92% for the Stormers, 95% for the Lions. Lineout success rate, the Lions lost a lineout and the Stormers lost 2 lineouts. Scrum success, they each lost a single lineout. The penalties were pretty even actually. It was 18 conceded by the Lions and 14 conceded by the Stormers. So that was pretty even. In terms of individual performances, I mean, Marcus Smith, what an absolute star in the making. I mean, 100% kick success rate. He made 9 tackles, missing 2, 3 turnovers, 1, 5 defenders beaten, 19 passes, 2 clean breaks, a try assist, 90 meters gained. He was absolutely superb. Luke Cowan-Dickey was the man of the match, but really, Marcus Smith was proper tonight. Luke Cowan-Dickey, for his 49 minutes, made 8 carries, 8 tackles, 3 turnovers, 1, 5 passes, 4 defenders beaten, a clean break, as well as a try. He looked absolutely immense. I think that's probably the biggest performance we've seen from a hooker, and I reckon that he could very well have found himself in that test side for next week based on today's performance. Other players who I thought were pretty good. I thought Adam Beard had a solid outing. I thought Tanner Byrne was full of running. He got didn't get himself try, was ruled out, but he made 7 tackles, didn't miss a single one. He made 39 meters, 4 offloads, 1 clean break, 11 carries to his name. Hamish Watson made 15 tackles and didn't miss a single one. 1 turnover, 1, 8 meters gained, 3 defenders beaten across his 6 carries. Julian van der Merwe had some decent moments. He ran 138 meters, beating 9 defenders, 2 offloads, a clean break, 1 pass, just 1 tackle. No tries for him today. No try for him or Josh Adams. So uncharacteristic of those two have been scoring tries for fun. For the Stormers, I was really impressed by Cyril Peterson. I think he made about 12 or 13 carries. He made 107 meters, beating 6 defenders, 4 offloads as well. He looked very bright, did Cyril Peterson. Looked like he was really up for it. Evan Lewis made quite a few carries, 8 carries, 9 tackles, didn't miss a single tackle, so he tried really hard. JD Schickerling I thought was pretty solid for his 7 carries and 8 tackles. It was a game where the Stormers fronted up at times, but it was just a leaky defense, and the British and Irish Lions just blew them away with their fitness. You know, the high intensity, the high the speed at which they play the game is really impressive. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the game down below in the comments. Smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel. The next time the British and Irish Lions will run out will be against Springboks in the first test. It is finally here. Test match rugby for the Lions returns next week Saturday, and we'll be live for that. So smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be covering all the build-up and stuff like that in the coming week, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.